speak. Gary Rowland Imachapela. My name is Gary Rowland, and my Indian name is Tegheya Kte. And I'm a lifelong resident of Wounded Knee. And my grandfather on my mother's side was Alec Ice. And he had a small ranch east over the hill from Wounded Knee village. And he had horses and cattle, and team of horses by 3 sets of team for plowing fields, and a mower to cut hay, and rakes and hay rack and all that. So he was doing pretty well for his family, supporting his family, and when he was young, he grew up across the river from interior South Dakota, and he lived with his aunt, and he learned about ranching and taking care of cattle and horses, breaking horses and so forth. So back in the day when we were first placed on these reservations, our people were forced to adapt into being civilized, they call. And we were, in the treaty, it says that we were to be farmers, and the farm boss, what they call a boss farmer or whatever, in each district, showing Lakotahs how to plow the garden and plant gardens and agriculture. And so a lot of our people adapted well, and a lot of them became cattle ranchers, full-blood Lakota, and they raised the horses. So beginning of the century, 20th century, the Indians were doing pretty good. So the government saw that they were doing good, so they decided to enact a law where the Bureau of Indian Affairs brand was to be put on his cattle in 1917, that era. The cattle were, they were made to sell the cattle, and so from there on, just maybe a few Indians had, lived in raising cattle and horses. And my grandpa died in 1968, and so, like my grandfather was a bronc rider, and a lot of Lakotahs were good bronc riders, competed in rodeos and in the parades, Lakotahs were dressed in their traditional regalia and paraded in these local towns, and even into the Black Hills. They authorized the Lakotahs to perform in rodeos or fairs such as Custer, South Dakota, the Gold Discovery Days, and the Deadwood Days of '76. And those were about the only time the Lakotahs were authorized to go into the Black Hills. Otherwise, they had to come back to these reservations. And so our people, adapt to many things that was foreign to them. Even this tribal government is a foreign system. That they weren't. That wasn't their way of life. It was not in harmony with Mother Nature, as the Lakota were given the sacred Chanupa to live in harmony with Mother Nature and all things. But that was totally out of the things that the white buffalo cow pipe brought. And so today our people are suffering and misery. Oh,